Hello there ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another YouTube video. This is of course a bit of a different angle and look than you're used to seeing from me, but I am 1 hour away from leaving to go to the airport to Barcelona. We've got a 2.5 day international event shoot over there. So I thought that I would basically take you through everything that I've packed in my camera bag, talk you through the reasons why I'm bringing certain stuff and not bringing other things, and basically just go through it. I always find it super interesting when people kind of show the way that they pack their bags and the gear that they bring and that sort of stuff. So I thought that I would do much of the same. Let's dive into it and go from kind of top to bottom over here. So in this little pouch over here, I have accessory bits. So what have we got here? A Sharpie, we've got a mini can of deodorant, we've got various tools and Allen keys and that sort of stuff just in this little bag right here. I don't like to bring the multi-tools when I travel internationally because sometimes like the TSA agents think there's knives in them and stuff like that. So I always just like to bring a clear bag full of the Allen keys and stuff like that that I'll need basically. So that's just this top portion right here. Obviously my laptop will go in here just before I leave. In here we have data. So this is full of memory cards. Got two USB-C to USB-C cables, fast ones in there, and then a 2 terabyte hard drive for all of the footage that we're going to gather as well. Moving onwards, you've got the main body just here. This is the FX30 and it's got the Sigma 18 to 35 attached to it. This is going to be running interviews basically the entire time, and so in fully controlled lighting conditions and stuff like that. I actually have begun to really love this camera for doing interviews because we always used to shoot interviews on the 6K Pro, the Blackmagic 6K Pro, and obviously like you don't have autofocus. It's a great image comes out of the camera, but this is just super reliable, really easy to grade, really easy to work with the footage, so I just love this camera for interviews. So that's the main body that I've brought in the bag with me. What we've got next to that is a Canon FS100. This is a fantastic little handycam, fantastic for behind the scenes, great for just introducing a little bit of variety into your client's footage as well. If you know we do events, so I think that it really helps for that kind of look. But it's so small, tiny little handycam, takes no time to charge, and there's like an 8 gigabyte 8 gigabyte SD card in there that seems to work with it. That gives you like 4 hours worth of footage. So that's fantastic. Just underneath that, I have 3 spare FX30 batteries. I think they're the NZ100 or something like that. I don't fucking know, but anyway, they're the FX30 batteries, ready to go, fully charged. Next to that, I have a 24 to 70 Sigma 24 to 70 2.8. Again, a very versatile lens that if I need to go further than the 35mm that I've got just here, then I've got 70mm to punch in. It's great just to have a spare 24 to 70. You never know when you're going to need them. Next to that, a spare tripod plate just tucked just in there. I always like to have these little pockets within the bag. You can see there's one here, like where you can just store little bits so that it doesn't get in the way. Next to that, we have a monitor. So we've got the monitor, we've got a top handle, we've got the, whatever that it's called, the attachment, and then 2 batteries and a HDMI. So that's like a monitor kit right there, and that just slots in the top of the bag. Next to that, we've got headphones, really important for monitoring your audio. Coming on to audio, let's talk about that. So I have a stick mic in here, so in this big cavernous pocket just here, I have a stick mic. I have DC power for the FX30 as well. We have a little bit of a handheld rig, so I'm not going to get all of this out because it's like Tetris packed in here, but you've got like you know, a base plate, we've got rods, we've got gimbal attachments, we've got a follow focus, all of that sort of stuff is all kind of packed in this big cavernous section rather than, I always like to have that big section where you can just chuck a load of stuff. It always helps like when you're breaking down for a shoot as well, you just load it all in there and not really worry about kind of, you know, as long as the main things have got their place, this stuff which is all metal is totally fine. I'm not worried about it. The only other camera that I'm bringing with me is the Osmo, which I'm recording on right now, so as soon as this video is done, that will get packed up. Of course, bring my laptop as well and the chargers. The only thing that I haven't spoken about is the audio, which is not in the bag. So let me just triple check that. Okay, so it was in the bag right at the bottom, and we've got the Rode Wireless Go 2 microphones. I'm looking to upgrade these at the moment. I've just seen that the DJI Mic 3 has just come out, and obviously these have the Pro version with the charging case as well. But for now, these are fine. There's a couple of things like the battery life doesn't last as long, but generally like the audio still sounds amazing coming out of these things. So that is everything that I've packed for this trip. You've also got this here, which will go in the suitcase. This is basically like all of the chargers, cables, accessories, power banks, everything that we could possibly need kind of when we're on set to get stuff charged. And that'll just go in the suitcase because like that's way too big to put on your back. But yeah, that's it. So for this shoot, we've got 3 cameras. 2 of them we are using with a freelancer out in Barcelona. We're actually running a Lumix system, which will be really exciting. So my plan is Sony for the interviews because they will look different anyway, and then all of the B-roll, Vox Pops and stuff like that will be shot on the Lumix system because I'm interested in checking out the Lumix system. Sony don't really seem to be doing a lot at the moment, so it's interesting to try out a different system, try out a different workflow, see how it differs to the Sony system. So yeah, we've got that. Jordan, who is the freelancer that we're working with, has also got gimbal, we're renting lights, everything like that. So it's a fairly straightforward pack, to be honest. Hope you enjoyed it, hope it's useful. Leave any comments and questions that you need to down below. I'll make sure to get back to you on those, and I will catch you very, very soon. Take care.